Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And I'm Vanessa Hildebrand.
She's our across the street neighbor.
We're so lucky.
But she's literally across the street. And they recently moved in, and it's been so exciting because, well, COVID kept us apart for a while. But when we first had dinner with these guys, she made the most amazing food from her work and her research. Which, will you please tell us about yourself?
Well, first of all, I want to say that Jane described this meal, and I have been waiting on pins and needles for a year
long time.
to try it.
Well, let me say,
you raved about this meal. We weren't there, but we heard
Professor of
about
anthropology, and please introduce yourself more and tell us why this is your dish that you make.
Well, I am a medical anthropologist, a cultural anthropologist. I'm a professor at Ohio Wesleyan University, and I've done research in Indonesia for just over 25 years now. And
She looks 25.
Thank you. That's very
That
generous.
could be your mom.
So I do research with women and women's health, and so I spend an enormous amount of time whenever I'm in Indonesia in kitchens, and I'll, as you're talking to people in the kitchens, then it makes sense to help, and so I learned a lot. I like to cook anyway, and so I had this opportunity to learn about Indonesian cooking as I interviewed women. It's also kitchens are areas of socialization and socializing in Indonesia.
So what's the name of what we're making today?
So we are making a dish called Gado Gado, which very literally means mix. And it's something
In what language, mix?
Indonesian.
Oh.
So, sorry. Yeah, Indonesian.
Do you speak Indonesian?
I speak Indonesian.
But you told me at one point there was a couple different... Okay, well, I will let you say. I just will go on with my ignorance, blaring here.
Not at all. So, this is a dish called mix, and it's the kind of food that people will eat every day, and it's based on what people have in their cupboards, and it's coming up in their gardens and is in the market, and so we in the United States we get really uptight about, is this traditional or authentic or anything like that, but traditional is just kind of an idealized version of something, and the key thing for Gado Gado is understanding the formula. And so I'm going to teach you the formula for this dish, and also, very importantly, how to make the sauce, the peanut sauce.
I could melt. Just the thought of it. All right, so what else can you tell us, or we've been chopping and you can tell us more? I know there's some things. And I'm going to show you a version that I learned, especially in the kitchens of the women who I know best. Ibu Ari, who's in Bali, Ibu Yanti, who's in Lombok, and Ibu Kompiang, who is in Sumbawa. So that you see different versions of this all over the place, but this is what my dear friends, how they make it. Okay, so can we?
And do they have all of these products here?
So the formula is that there's always some sort of protein. There are multiple vegetables, and then there's a sauce. This is one of the only dishes that is often served without rice, but rice is such an important part of meals in Indonesia that generally people will have a little bit of rice on the side also. Mm-hmm. And so you have lots of vegetables, and like I said, whatever is available, and they're either lightly cooked, just parboiled, or they are raw. And Perfect. Then some kind of protein. So we have tempeh, baked tempeh, and tofu here. And of course the peanut sauce.
And red cabbage, green beans, sliced carrots, lightly steamed bok choy.
Uh-huh.
And those are tomatoes, potatoes, blanched raw broccoli, and raw cucumber and tofu and tempeh.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to add to this, but I'm going to get out of the way because I know our camera can't see all that Vanessa's goings on if it isn't. So top shot that. Woohoo! Look at that beauty. It's going to get even more beautiful. So, haha.
Take it away.
Okay, so the sauce, the most prominent part of peanut sauce is the peanuts.
Yep.
So, and this is about a cup, but you can adjust it. And so we're going to get to, there are a lot of variation, and everyone has their own kind of sauce and their own preferences. And we'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment. But so the put the peanuts in, and then we have some sautéed onions, or this is I have shallot here, but you know, if you just have onions, that would be fine too.
And you do need to cook them, and not raw.
It tends to have a I don't know. Some people put in raw, but I like the depth of flavor, kind of that sweetness.
I want to get on that. It smells so good. Yeah.
So this is often made in a mortar and pestle, but it's a lot easier with a Cuisinart.
Let's get a top shot here, Wade. Look what she's got there.
So
what is that?
This is garlic, but I thought that we'd at least use it a little bit, and this is just the best way for it in my mind to smash garlic, and if you use just a couple granules of sea salt, then sometimes it helps really make the mash nice. So I happen to like a lot of garlic, so I put 3 or 4 cloves in. Some people just put 1, but whatever is to your taste. Here, do you want to scrape that in?
This is one hefty bowl. Wow.
That's a beautiful bowl.
Is it made of like a volcano's rock innards or something?
Usually it's lava rock, and inside it starts out
kind of joking. That's awesome.
Yeah. The inside starts out with a texture, but as you grind it, it gets really soft. Okay, so then this is not often in the recipes you find for peanut sauce. You don't often see this, but in Eastern Indonesia, where I learned to make peanut sauce, they almost always include tomato, and I really
interesting.
Yeah, just little differences, and I really like the depth of taste that it adds. So then there is always chili in it. So this is just green chili chopped up, and you know, sometimes people like spicy food, so I put in
green
lots.
chili. Green chili, is that that's not a jalapeno? Is that a green finger chili or?
I used it wasn't a jalapeno. It's one that was a little bit less spicy, and I don't remember what the name was.
Hatch chili or a oh my gosh, the deep green ones, we use them all the time. Anyway,
Poblano. No.
Poblano. It looks a little like Anaheim. Anaheim's kind of a light heat.
Okay, so I just had some herbs from my garden I was very excited about, so I just chopped them up, and I'm including
what kind
those.
Of herbs?
Those are just chives.
Oh, chives.
Yeah. Okay, so
we have peanuts,
Garlic.
shallots, garlic, tomato, green chili, chives, and what's this?
So this is homemade ketchup manis. So ketchup manis is essentially a sweet soy sauce, and we don't use it so much in the United States. You don't find it at grocery stores, but you can. But it's used all over Southeast Asia, and it's really important in Indonesia. So you can just make your own ketchup manis with about equal parts soy sauce, and I like to use maple syrup with a little bit of lime, and so it has kind of that soy taste with a slightly sweet finish. And so
I'm so glad to see it, because ketchup mayonnaise sounds to me like ketchup and mayonnaise. So you take some ketchup and some mayonnaise. It's so not that. It's so much more, so you can see it.
So it just looks like soy. It looks like syrupy soy sauce.
Yeah, and that's like a variation of like teriyaki.
Is there water in there?
No.
No, that's just
no water.
So okay, and how much do we put in there?
So usually about 4 teaspoons, but I don't have a teaspoon, I have a tablespoon, and this is something that we can adjust for taste really easily later. Okay, water. So about half a cup of water, and also
we can adjust later also as we see what the consistency is. Now the next thing is tamarind. Usually I use tamarind paste, but Anne had this really great tamarind concentrate, and so I think I might be a convert. I really liked this. So this was about 4 teaspoons also. And
this is a tablespoon?
This is a tablespoon, but I'm just going to
squeeze the base of the bladder there. Oh, look at that. It's really sort of thick syrup.
Yeah, and so we can adjust the taste on that later.
So how much do we need of that?
That's usually, I mean, you can start with 4 teaspoons.
Okay, but 4 teaspoons is
Probably
a tablespoon
a little more.
And a grunt.
Yeah. Let's see. Chili peppers, if there's enough with the soy sauce, because it was. So now we just.
Is there lime juice or?
No, that's for later. So that's a fermented portion that you put. Okay. Oh, now we kind of let it go for a little while, and we're going to need taster spoons.
Here's a spoon. Here's a spoon. That's fine. Those are all clean knives. I'm gonna scrape the sides down because some of the good flavors get flung to the side.
Okay, yeah.
Like I see some of your great shallot out there. Oh, look! This is such a different texture or look than my the peanut sauce I make.
So
Authentic to me in my gado gado mixy. No, mixy. No, mix.
Yeah.
I like way prefer gado gado to mix.
Yeah. Gado gado.
That sounds much more interesting.
So, how long do you want to let it go?
Okay. Well, we can stop for a moment and then say something about taste. So, you'll find in a lot of cultures all over the world that there is a dish that people will say your true identity, a person's true identity is revealed in when they make this dish, and it's this dish that happens to be really important to that cultural group. So, for example, the Scottish say that about, well, you really get to know a woman after she's, you taste her shortbread.
Oh. I was like, don't say haggis. Don't say haggis.
The southern women of from my mother's family in Texas would say that same thing about biscuits. But Indonesians will say you learn a person's true identity is revealed in their peanut sauce. So that's texture, that's taste.
Should we here you try.
Yeah, so have a little taste, and then this is a time when you can adjust. So we definitely want to add some more liquid.
Cool. It's just different. It's different
good.
flavors
It
and
needs
textures.
probably another.
Well, it's you got
No,
it.
I think we can add, hold on, a little bit more water.
A little bit more. Any other items going in, you think? It's got a twang to it that's interesting.
Yeah, I think maybe a little more tamarind and just a splash more ketchup mayonnaise.
Okay. So what does tamarind add? What kind of flavor is this? Or what is it? Is it like a...
Well, it's quite
sweet
pungent.
or pungent?
That
or
is,
tell me when to stop.
We can stop there.
All right. And
Okay, let's try that.
okay. Gado gado, mixy,
gado.
mixy. Mix, gado gado. I like that. Can you teach us another word in Indonesian?
Makan.
What?
Eat.
Oh,
Yeah.
makan.
Makan.
It was so fun. We had these guys over at Christmas or over the holidays around the fire, and we were talking about their friends in Indonesia and how her husband sort of joked like, well, everyone's named blah blah because everyone has the same name. It's the firstborn, so everyone is.
Yeah, and the Balinese. One of your many names you have is based on your birth order, and there are 4 names. And then if there's a 5th child, then you just start at number 1 again.
What's the name
and
for
go
number
through.
1? What's the number 1 child's name?
Wayan.
Mayan. Okay, I'm a 3rd child. What's the 3rd child?
So Komang.
All right, Komang thinks we should taste it again. Okay. I'm going to use the back of my spoon. Komang likes this one. Gado gado is perfect.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how you know when you get it?
Yeah.
Is the texture good? Like, is it smooth enough or whatever? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Cha cha. Okay, well, we were clearing the deck. We realized we didn't add in something important. Vanessa, what is that?
This is the lime juice.
It looks like you just made it. Did you?
Yeah, I just squeezed a little lime in there, and this is another thing you just adjust it. Put in as much as tastes right to you. So we're just going to splash. This is about half of a lime.
And that's about a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Wow. Gado Gado.
Gado gado.
Let's mix. What's my name again?
Komang.
Thirdborn?
Komang.
Homa? Okay. She's firstborn. What's it?
Wayan.
Wayan. And you're,
You
what
have.
are you?
I'm firstborn.
Wayan.
Yeah.
Go on. Okay, so now what do we do?
So we've got the sauce all ready. We need to chop a couple more things. So we need a little more tomato and a little more red cabbage. And so while they're chopping, I'll say a little bit something more. So one of the key one of the part of the formula is there's something pickled or fermented that kind of goes on top of the whole thing, and it's more condiment than ingredient. And I mean, you could, and people pickle kind of whatever they have, and so I just made a really simple pickle with some cucumbers and some herbs that I had in the garden, and it's dripping, and so this will go. It's in vinegar, yeah. And so this will go on top.
So the only ingredients are vinegar and
cucumber and some herbs. So, and it was just what I had.
Can you put in salt?
A little bit, yeah, yeah. Trying to be careful with salt, but I love salt. But I try to be careful with it. Okay, so sauce in here.
Can I just pour that in?
Yeah.
I got it, Mom.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, look at that. And so behind you, we have plates or bowls that are Vanessa. I can't remember your name. The firstborn.
Mayan.
Mayan approved. So we all have little bits of rice, and this is how are we ready to serve?
Yeah. So generally, what happens is people go around and take what they want and put it on their plate and put some sauce on it and make their own combination.
Do you
that
serve
suits them.
with spoon or with clippers? I mean, how do you when
clippers or whatever you have? So people
what would they use? Their hands?
They would use a serving spoon, but people use utensils, but people prefer to use their hands to eat because it's part of the experience of eating food in Indonesia. So, and actually, when people eat, you might sit with other people, but people tend to be quiet. We're always talking over a meal, but people will sit together and eat, but it's supposed to be time to think about the food you're eating.
Oh, really?
Feel the food you're eating, smell the food you're eating, but sit with other people in communion with them. But it's a quiet moment to the actual act of eating.
So would you like us to use our hands right now, or would you like us to use forks?
Do you have
let's get some spoons.
Yeah, spoon.
Spoons, okay.
And then we could try about eating with our hands.
All right, Vanessa, will you guide us through how to do this?
Yes. So take all of the vegetables and protein that look appealing to you, or all, and then put some sauce on it. And we're going to have a bite of it the Indonesian way, which is with our hands, but we'll serve with a utensil. So I usually start with the larger things on the bottom, and then smaller things on the top, and then a little bit of sauce.
Wow. Well, then you go.
So,
you guide us.
Okay. So I like to put some of the greens on the bottom.
Your beautiful bowl is spinning on us. And what I like is that how old is Gado Gado as being a dish? Is it bazillion years old?
Bazillion. Yes.
Okay.
No one would even know how to answer that.
Yeah. So Gado Gado is so old it predates have a protein, have a fermented, have 30 different vegetables a week. It predates all that. So that's why I'm like, this is such instinctually healthy, amazing food to have. I don't know. I know you say everyone's tradition is kind of whatever they have, and I mean, their ecology, their economy, all that stuff. But I just think this is such. I think in a previous life, I grew up in your village in Indonesia, and I'm just so excited about this. I've just been grabbing with my hands.
Okay.
I want a little bit of everything. I'm not even paying attention to my order.
So tempeh is something that's uniquely Indonesian, and you can get it at almost
It
any grocery
is?
store now. Yes.
Really?
Yes, it is. It is an Indonesian
think-
food. It's one of the only Indonesian foods that has become pretty normalized in the United States. It's wonderful, and it's. I want to learn how to make one of the things I want to learn how to do.
Just after I put the sauce
So
on?
now the sauce, after you have some things on your plate, put some sauce on. I like a lot.
I like it.
And then
that?
And then some of the pickled something, and I like to put a little of the pickled juice on the top too.
Oh,
Okay.
this is luscious. This is luscious, luscious. I'm a saucy gal too. Brian does not like a lot of sauce. He's always like, that's sauce. I'm like, oh, give me more. Like he'll make a dish and I'll bring out the extra pan of stuff on top. Oh,
So I'm gonna go for it with my hands.
Okay, our hands.
Okay.
This is how we do it?
So eating with your hands, the idea is you just get a little bit and then you pop it into your mouth, so you're not like touching your hands to your mouth.
Okay.
But first mix it a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm loving this.
And
This is
then
how we do a lot of our cooking.
you notice how it, the idea is you notice how it feels.
Oh.
And
Do you get the rice in there or no?
It feels
just a little
good.
piece of the rice and a little piece of gado gado.
Oh, this is great. And then
Pop it
and
in.
you don't have your mouth isn't messy.
There you go.
This is great.
So, like this is all about balance and the health system in Indonesia. It's all about ideas of balancing the different elements. And so, so you think about the vegetables. Is there a crispy vegetable, a softer vegetable, balance of taste?
That was not a little bit. That was a huge bite.
Well,
Don't even talk about it. Just chew it. This is so yummy and festive and creative. And do you lick your fingers or not till the end?
Not to the end.
This is so hard and so new. All right. Well, Vanessa, I cannot thank you enough. And along with this amazing gado gado dish she made for dinner when we were there, she made an amazing soup. What was the soup? Just the name. Do you remember? Or how would you describe it?
It's a turmeric based curry. So and you could it's another one of those formula things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to get Vanessa back on to talk about the formula turmeric curry based whatever that she just said.
Soup.
I've been transported by my gado gado, and I want to go eat. So thank you so much, Vanessa.
Vanessa.
What are you putting in your gado gado?
Ooh.
I'm so curious. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
And best of all is being able to eat with our fingers.